And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Showcroft Field. We're set for all the action of the Colgate Red Raiders and Cornell Big Red right here as the rivalry continues. It's homecoming and Hall of Fame weekend at Cornell. And over the years, Cornell has won 11 straight homecoming games. Their last 11 they have won. Dick Biddle, what a job he has done last year turning the program around. And Adam, his second year as head coach, he's put a whole new enthusiasm into Colgate. There's Jim Hopper. Hopper in his 8th year, a record of 40-31. He's had tremendous success here. He's a former quarterback here at Cornell.
Well, it's definitely a great rivalry. These coaches, I'm sure Coach Hoffer, losing last year, to Coach Biddle, they really ate up a lot of ground. So there's some redemption here possibly for Colgate if they can get it going today.
Well, the Cornell Big Red won the coin toss, but they defer their choice until the second half. They're going to kick the football off to Colgate, so we'll see quarterback Ryan Venna and his offense get to work here early in the football game. We're set to roll for the Cornell Big Red. And the kick from Joe Zombeck. Taken back at the 5-yard line. Brought back up to the 20. And it'll be first down and 10 to go for the Colgate Red Raiders as Corey Hill took that kickoff back to the 20. Let's set the offense for the Colgate Red Raiders. At left tackle, Paul Clasby. The left guard, Luke George. At center, Kevin Bullis. The right side at guard, Steve Estes. And at right tackle, Tim Gerard. The running back, Ed Weiss, coming off that 165-yard effort last week. Damon Smith is pairing with him. Corey Hill, wide receiver, as is R.J. Gregory. The tight end, Ernie Quackenbush. First and 10 for the Colgate Red Raiders. As they give off the right side to Damon Smith, and Smith powers his way over the 25-yard line. These two running backs, Weiss and Smith, are tremendous. Quarterback Ryan Venna, he's a sophomore, did everything coming in last year, did not earn the starting role until midway in the season, then took control of his team.
Well, all three guys in the backfield today, Roger, can run that football, including Ryan Venna.
Second down. 4 to go from the 26-yard line for the Colgate Red Raiders. Shotgun formation. Somebody jumped the gun early as the snap came to Venna, but flags were thrown. Interesting to see how these two teams go at each other, Adam, because we saw some no huddle for Cornell last week.
Dead ball foul, false start on the offense.
So that'll cost him 5. And also, Venna could do just about everything. He's a good passer, perhaps not a great one, but boy, could he run that football. Here's the front he'll face. The front 7, defensive end Joe Norris, defensive tackle Rich Sheeran, also a defensive tackle Chris Harrison, Jeff Eland up with him, George Alvarez, John Hansen, Dave Ahaus, the linebackers. And the backs in that defense, Tom Nunes, Chris Allen, Justin Bird, Dion Harris. Here's Venna, wants to throw, overthrows his man on the far sideline, R.J. Gregory, who was near the 35 on 2nd and 9. So it'll be another situation here coming up. Looks like a possible passing down again, though. Colgate deep in their own half of the football field.
Yeah, Roger, uncharacteristic for Colgate. Last week against Fordham, they came out the first 8 plays and ran 6 of them. So I think they're showing that they can open things up and throw a little different look at Cornell as well today.
After that penalty call a couple of downs ago, costing them 5, it's 3rd and 9 from the I formation against that front 4 of Cornell. Venna wants to throw, dropping straight back. And he overthrows Gregory again, this time at the 40-yard line. In coverage for the Cornell Big Red, Tom Nunes. And so it'll be 4th and 9, and the kicking team will come on for the Colgate Red Raiders as Venna and company head on.
Well, last week against Fordham, it was Ed Weiss that really set up the third down situation. Not running the ball, they kind of got themselves into some long distance here and weren't able to convert.
Eric Kutschke standing back in punt formation at his 6. Kicks it away to Chris Allen. Allen takes it at his 42 and brings it back over midfield. So Cornell will have excellent field position on specialty team coverage. It was Randall Joseph, who was able to make the hit. Let's check out the Cornell front 5. And offensive tackle, Christian DePaula. The guard on that side, Jim Boyle. The center, Tom Bickett. Tom LeBourne is the other guard, along with Matthew DePaula. He and Christian are brothers. Brad Kiesendahl and Ryan Elliott, the running backs. The wides, J.B. Moresco, Eric Krozik. The tight end, Mark Dittman. So Cornell has it just over midfield. Their first offensive play of the football game. And they're working from the shotgun. There's Hood. On the near side, it's complete. as he finds his man J.B. Maresco knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line. There's Mike Hood as he and Carroll will alternate at quarterback. In his first game this year, 13 of 23, 103 yards, and right away, Adam, we see him come out in that shotgun formation.
Well, exactly, Roger. What you've got to do when you come out and you open up the game is you got to have execution from your quarterback and your wide receivers, and they had a nice play on that first down to set up another 1st and 10.
He's Dahl, the lone running back. Cornell has it, 1st down and 10. Here's Hood, and it's complete over the middle, as he has Pat Dutton, and Dutton brings it inside the 25 before he is hauled down. They'll spot the football at the 24. So another big gain, another 1st down for the Cornell Big Red.
See, initially, they're probably not going to go real far downfield. They're just going to take what the defense gives them and maybe down the line go downfield. Just a crossing route. You'll see the receiver come across and just gets underneath the zone defense and has a nice gain and a nice run after the catch.
Triple wide receivers right. 1st and 10, Cornell marching. Again from that shotgun. Here comes Colgate on the blitz. And Hood is clobbered as he dropped it off to Kiesendahl. But coming all the way with a hard rush was Jamal Patterson on the safety blitz, forcing the hurry up on the throw and causing the incompletion. Let's check out the defense for the Red Raiders. Their front 7 at defensive end, Blair Hicks, and he's a dandy football player. Jeff Bentz, Neil Gomez, along with Dan Rivera completing the front 4. Kevin Karimsky, Jason Patterson, Eric Zaleski are the linebackers. Defensive backfield, Brandon Pinson, Jesse Boyd, Jamal Patterson, and Dominic Zanak. 2nd and 10 for Cornell. Just underway in the football game as Cornell Big Red with Hood at the control. Over the middle, Kiesendahl can't hold on. Hit him on the shoulder, could not hold on in coverage, was Matt Demyancik. And so that is incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10 situation.
Well, the Colgate Red Raiders putting a little blitz on. They lined up Jason Patterson, the middle linebacker, over the center, ran a little stunt in the middle to try to get some pressure. But really all it boiled down to is a plain little catch, and Brad Kiesendahl wasn't able to make the reception.
So 3rd and 10 for Cornell. Football resting inside the 25-yard line. Kind of a high snap. Hood has it, however. Square out. It's complete to Krozik, and Krozik carries it inside the 20 to the 16-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. So they call on Eric Krozik, who now has caught a pass in 22 consecutive games. That is a school record, 6'2", 204 from Royalton, Ohio, and what a tremendous wideout he is.
Well, Jim talked about him being the consistent person in this offense, and he's kept his streak alive, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more catches out of him today.
Adam, they're short a yard of what they had to get for the 1st down. They're going to try a field goal from the 22, so a 32-yard attempt. John McCombs, the kicker for the Big Red, and the kick is up. And no good. He missed wide to the right. So the Big Red marching down into near the red zone, but unable to put the points on the board. So with 12:51 to go in our first quarter, Cornell had the first scoring opportunity. Now the Colgate Red Raiders will take it back, and we'll see what they cook up here. We saw some shotgun from them in the first possession.
Yeah, we'll see if they stay with that or go back to their more traditional run-oriented offense. They really didn't have a lot of success, obviously, on that first drive. Also, John McCombs, the sophomore, that's his first kick of the year. Wide right.
Homecoming weekend. Lots of fans turning out here on a perfect day for football at Chilkoff Field. Ryan Betta again from the shotgun. He rolls right. Betta firing it, intercepted by Allen. Allen on the coverage, hauls it back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So Betta on 1st down from his 20 has the pass intercepted, and the Big Red get it back.
Yeah, just if we take another look at it, usually easier to throw, rolling to your right. But Allen just reads it, steps in front of it, and he's running down the sideline. Nice play by Allen. As we take another look at it, you see the line coming down. They get good angles on their rush men, and he has the option to run or pass. Thought he saw a receiver, but Chris Allen, he's been a starter back there for I think this is 3rd year as a starter. Just read it and stepped in front and made the play.
Scott Carroll now at quarterback, and Carroll on the near side swings it off to Justin Bush, overthrows him at the 18-yard line, so the pass ball's incomplete. We're certainly not seeing any hesitancy either way to put that ball in the air in the early going.
No, it's been surprising, especially for Colgate to see them putting it up. But we expected that out of Cornell. But Scott Carroll rushed that one a little bit. He's got plenty of time. The cornerbacks are given a pretty good cushion there. So on those quick outs, he has time, so he doesn't need to rush so much.
Carroll, a senior co-captain. He's got Moresco wide left, triple wide receivers to the right side. He's got the snap, dropping straight back. As a man over the middle, it's complete to Pat Dutton, and Dutton gets it inside the 10-yard line before he's upended by Jamal Patterson. So they had a man open over the middle, and it's complete, and now Cornell knocking on the door.
Well, Pat Dutton open again across the middle. I think they may have found a weak spot. He's so wide open there, it looks like there must have been some kind of break in coverage. But he made the reception. You know, got to play a little pass and catch, like I said earlier.
Third of the yard to go for the first down. Football resting at the 9 for Cornell. Short yardage, they will still operate from the shotgun. There's a pass on the right side to Krozik, and Krozik is very close. Let's see where they mark his forward progress as he was knocked to the turf along that far sideline, right near the marker where he had to get to. And it is first down. So they put the ball up on 3rd and short to Krozik, their ace receiver, and he gets just enough for the first down.
Oh, nice over-the-shoulder catch. He just stops, breaks, separation from the defender, and Scott Carroll lays it in for him. Nice stretch and pulls it in for the first down. Very nice reception over the shoulder there.
No running backs this time. First down, 10 to go. And the football at the 7. Broken play is Carroll in traffic, firing into the end zone. Touchdown! He's got his tight end open, and it's complete to Mark Dittman for the TD. So the Big Red keeping it airborne, able to convert on a diving grab in the end zone.
So this is the kind of play we expect to see from Mike Hood, but Scott Carroll this time, a little flushed out of the pocket, out of the play, had to improvise. And we take a look at it here. It looks like it's set up to be a rollout left, but he gets a little nervous running over there for some reason. And he's got some pressure, but he improvises and finds Mark Dittman in the end zone.
On for the point after try is John McCombs. And there's a flag thrown. The kick is blocked. But a penalty flag was thrown just as the kick was getting away. Let's see what the call is going to be here from the officials.
Well, it appeared Brandon Tinson was offsides, but I've been known to be wrong.
You're correct.
That's the guy who blocked the kick. So got a little bit of a head start.
Jim Hoffer along the Cornell sideline. And they'll get a chance to try it again.
We'll take another look at this touchdown, Roger.
Offside on the defense. Replay the down.
Going to try that extra point one more time here after the offsides against the defense. John McCombs, number 10. Kick is away this time. And good. So McCombs converts. And Cornell has moved to a 7-0 advantage over the Colgate Red Raiders. More of the first quarter coming up from Shulkoff Field. With a score 7-0 Cornell. You're watching.
Big road win at Rhode Island last week. Once again, Sofrin wide right and Klemic slot right. The lone setback is Edmondson, and he gets the handoff, and he goes off left tackle across the 35 to around the 37-yard line. Pick up of about 5, and it will be 3rd and 5 for Northeastern. Edmondson, the leading rusher on the year. 3 touchdowns, 242 yards. He's a 5'9", 202-pound senior out of Gloucester, New Jersey. Prior to this week, Phil, he had lined up as the fullback in the I, but this week, Barry Gallup decided to switch it around. Jeff Reel lined up as the fullback out of the I, but on this play, Reel is lined up wide to the left. Murphy to throw. Good pass rush. Scrambling to his right. Looking downfield, trying to get a block from Sofrin. Gets it. And
for sustained energy.
so for the first down.
Delaware shifting at the last second defensively, trying to confuse the offensive line with a back blocking pattern of Northeastern. Murphy avoids some pressure and looks up to the right. Sofrin, as you said, got a good block and sprung him for the first down.
Boy, that's something you usually don't see. A wide
Wow. Play. He's going to come back here because Mark Dittman's just going to run over to this open spot, and Scott Carroll's going to find him. Let's take a look at it. Takes a couple steps over, But this is a planned play. As you can see, Mark Dittman wide open there. Scott Carroll finds him. Touchdown. So I thought there was a little improvising, but actually looked like seeing on the replay was a planned play.
And the point after a penalty on the defense that had seen the point after try blocked. Second chance is good, 7-0. Here's a kick from Joe Zombak. And taken by Corey Hill at the 7. He moves it ahead to the 25, the 30. In heavy traffic, gets it over the 30 to the 33. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Colgate. Let's take it down to field level. Here's Jim Maroney.
Roger down on the sidelines with Kurt Cole of Reebok. Reebok sponsoring the ECAC this year. Tell us why, Kurt.
Jim, we're both involved in the Northeast, and ECAC has 300 schools, 19 sports. Gender equity, it's obviously a market that we're interested in. We chose to help them out. Obviously, school budgets are declining. We have set up programs to help, design to save them money and help them promote their school.
Kurt Cole from Reebok, thank you very much. Reebok sponsoring football at Division I AA level. Roger?
Well, there's the play of Ed Weiss, who had the 165-yard game last week, and he scoots down the far sideline before Aaron Vanderkay was able to make a touchdown-saving tackle.
Nothing fancy here. He's just following his fullback, Damon Smith. Things pop open for him, and he's got enough speed to get down the field quickly. Just running north and south, and able to be chased down here at the end by good pursuit. Guys hustling to keep him from just as much gain as they can.
There's Weiss again. This time, nowhere to go. He runs right into the arms of linebacker George Alvarez, but that run, 44 yards for Weiss. There's Alvarez, the man who made the stick. They get some tremendous play from their linebackers. Alvarez, one of those starting 3. There's Weiss. Boy, he's short in stature, but can he fly?
Yeah, only 5'9", but Coach Biddle said he's very strong and hits the hole quickly like we saw there. All you need is a little crack when you hit it quick, and you get going before they really have a chance to zero in on you, especially being 5'9". You kind of sneak in on those guys sometimes.
From the 19, there's Vena, and Vena is tackled by Cornell's Chris Harrison.
Well, he rushed Ryan Vena, the quarterback for Colgate. He rushed for 70 yards himself last week, so he's also a threat with the ball, although I'm sure he'd rather be out on the perimeter rather than going up the middle there, Roger.
Running backs Damon Smith, number 44, Ed Weiss, the tailback, number 34, Vena, the quarterback. Tight to the right. There's the give on the delay to Weiss. Weiss trying to get outside. Nice job on defense done by Cornell's number 97, Joe Norris, who reached out there with a big arm and just was unable, or rather able to upend him before he could get rolling.
Well, the nice thing, he got pressure upfield, but kept one arm free, and that's all he needed that time to bring Ed Weiss down, which usually isn't too easy to do. He's very strong and compact.
This is going to bring up a field goal situation for Colgate on 4th down and 5. And Adam Federico will be out there to try the kick from the 24, so the 34-yard attempt. And the kick out of a Polycare hold is up and good. So it's a field goal for the Colgate Red Raiders as they get on the scoreboard here and cut the Cornell lead to 7-3 with 9:24 to go in our first quarter of play. A break in the action here as the Colgate Red Raiders get on the scoreboard. We'll be back with more of our first quarter coming up as you're watching the ECAC Game of the Week live from Ithaca right here on the Empire Sports Network.
And it looks like he has the first down inside the 28-yard line. Dennis Hume would tackle, the weak side linebacker for the Blue Hens.
Well, they've got some linebackers on this team. Hume comes from the weak side, gets good penetration. Ralph D'Angelo and Brian Smith, who's all Mr. Everything from that strong side linebacker position. I'm sure we'll see a lot of number 30 this afternoon.
And it is a first down for the Huskies, the ball just inside the 28-yard line. We will see Barry Gallup give lots of playing time to each of his 4 wide receivers. This time real lined up wide right. Pass to the left to Sofrin, makes the catch, makes the move inside the 20 and gets very close to where he needed to be for the first down at around the 18-yard line.
This is one of those high-tech offenses. You'll see them in a lot of quick drop situations, get rid of the football, little half rolls, and right now they lead this Atlantic 10 Conference in total offense, averaging just about 500 yards a game. They're number 2 in rushing and 3rd in passing at 300 yards a game, so they can chew up some yardage.
It will be a 2nd down and 1. Sofrin wide right, Clement slot right. The tight end Fletcher lined up to the left. And Murphy gives to Reel, and Reel has the first down.
Network. Well, on that drive, highlighted by a 44-yard run from Ed Weiss, results in a field goal, and the Red Raiders now get themselves on the scoreboard.
Well, that's his second longest run of the year against Fordham. He did have a 49-yarder, so he does have that big play ability, but he also can pound out the yardage too.
So we'll see Eric Kutschke kick off. The drive starting on their own 34, 5 plays. Took 2 minutes. Federico converts on the 34-yard field goal. 7-3 Cornell leading. And the Red Raiders will look to kick it off. In deep safety for Cornell is Justin Bush. And Bush is back there also in deep safety with J.B. Moresco. There's the kick. Taken by Bush. Here's Bush to the 15. Cuts outside to the 20. And is tackled near the 23-yard line. So Cornell will have it 1st and 10 as their offense comes on. Nice run back by Bush. Trying to get to that sideline and was hemmed in enough that he could not make any further progress.
Well, it's a pretty nice starting point out almost to the 30-yard line. You want to, anytime you get, actually that's the 24. Not quite as good as I thought. Anytime you get out over the 20, you figure you're better than a touchback, so you're gaining a little ground.
1st and 10 for Cornell. At quarterback now is Mike Hood. Hood hands to Kiesendahl. Kiesendahl cuts off left tackle, still on his feet to the 30, 35. He's got a 1st down for Cornell as he's knocked out of bounds over the 35 at the 37. And Brad Kiesendahl is an excellent running back as well.
Well, he didn't really have a big burst in there, but what he did do well was he used his blockers. Watch him here. It's an underneath handoff. That way they can still run out of the shotgun formation. But he just takes what he can, a little juking and finding holes and sliding off tacklers until finally Teddy Hutchinson drives him out of bounds.
Good enough for the 1st down. 1st and 10 for Cornell. Mike Hood barking the signals. Again, Kiesendahl, the lone setback. Hood pulls up. Fires it to Krozik, and Krozik was hit immediately by Jesse Boyd. Good hit on coverage by Boyd with him stride for stride, and he knocks the ball away.
Well, we saw that same play earlier when Cornell was driving. Just a quick out. And what Jesse Boyd does is a nice job of just timing things up and getting in there and breaking on the ball being thrown and breaking up that play.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Big Red. Tom Pickett, the center, the snap to Hood. Hood over the middle for Krozik. Krozik to the 40, and is bulldog down by Colgate's Matt Demyancik. Not before, however, he picks up 4 yards on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and long situation.
Demyancik, he's a good player. He's had a little problem with injuries, but hopefully here in his senior year he can stay healthy. Just a nice job of making a solid tackle to limit the gain. You know, sometimes you're not in position to break up the pass, but the next thing you can do is limit the gain, and he did a nice job of that there.
His 7 games last year for the pulled calf muscle. A couple years back, transferred from the Air Force Academy to Colgate. 3rd and long for the Big Red. Here's Hood. He guns it. It's incomplete for Moresco. And on coverage for the Red Raiders, Dominic Zanot from Shenango Valley High School down near the Binghamton area. And he knocked that away on good coverage. So that'll bring up 4th down. And the Big Red punting unit will come on.
Yeah, sometimes with that wide open offense, I mean, you're really dependent on the quarterback and the receivers executing. And at this college level, you know, they only have a few hours every day. It's not like the pros where it's a day-long job. So it's tough to execute at this level.
The punter, Charles Watson, standing back at his 26. Booms one downfield, taken by Jesse Boyd. Here comes Boyd over the 20 and runs head-on into 3 red headgear from the Cornell Big Red. So excellent specialty teams coverage. And that was a 44-yard punt by Watson. Now the Red Raiders offense will take the field as they trail 7-3, 8:02 to go in our 1st quarter. Red Raiders like that hurry-up offense also. Here's Ryan Benna at the controls, the sophomore. He hands it off inside to the fullback, Damon Smith. Smith finds the going tough. He's twice been named second team All-Patriot League. And the stop there, as you saw Barber come up and help on the hit.
Back it up, please. Yeah, Thomas Barber, the junior, they really had things stacked up in the middle. The defensive tackles, Rich Sharon and Chris Harrison, stuffing it in there.
Pick up of the yard, 2nd and 9. Here's Ed Weiss. Weiss got his squirt through that line, and a fake to him, actually, and it's passed downfield. Boy, he faked everybody out, and it's complete downfield as the ball thrown to R.J. Gregory. He got in behind the defense. Everybody went to Weiss. Excellent faking by Venna, and a big gain, first down all the way down into Cornell territory, and they'll spot it at the 34-yard line.
Well, R.J. Gregory's really their big play guy. Corey Hill, a very good receiver. We talked a lot about him before the game. He's great at running after the catch, but R.J. Gregory has really been the big play ball, the long ball guy for Colgate so far this year.
Here's Venna on the give to Weiss. Weiss to the 30-yard line. That previous play, everybody went for Weiss on the dive off the left side, Adam.
Yeah, he actually had a pretty good hole there. But that was a little trickery, and Vanna does a nice job of getting the ball downfield because he's got a receiver, R.J. Gregory, that's got behind the secondary.
2nd down, 5 to go from the Big Red 29. Here's Weiss again, and Weiss runs right into the linebacker, John Hansen, the 6'2", 240-pound junior, who wraps him up after a short game.
I think John Hansen, he's a guy that's going to see a lot of Ed Weiss. He's their leading tackler from last year, a junior. He started all 3 years. He's the guy that's going to fly around and get to the ball. So those two guys are probably going to meet each other quite a bit today.
3rd down now for Colgate. 3rd down conversions. Colgate 0 for 2. Cornell 1 of 3 so far. 3 yards to go for the 1st down. Shotgun. Venna rolling left. Smith blocking for him, and it's intercepted. A flag is also thrown on the play. Coming up with the interception, Tom Nunes, but a flag thrown down near the point of the interception. We'll see if there's going to be a penalty call here against the defense.
Well, Nunes in the right place at the right time.
It's against the offense.
If we listen closely, we can hear the officials conferring a little bit.
Offensive pass interference is declined. 1st down on the interception for Red.
Wow. Not what I expected to see over there. But as we take a look at it, Ryan Vanna rolling out to his left, tough for a quarterback to do. Throws off one leg and just sort of lays it out there. Looked like he threw behind the receiver. And so Nunes just there for the easy pick.
So the interception gives Cornell the football. Here's the handoff to Terry Smith. Smith tries the right side. Gets it ahead for a yard or 2 before running into the heart of that Colgate Red Raider defense. On the sideline for Cornell, Jim Hopper. Lots of coaching experience. 8th year here. He's coached at places like Syracuse, Tennessee.
Well, I really enjoyed talking to Jim this week. He explaining to me what they're thinking and going to this wide open offense. You know, they lost Chad Levitt from last year, a very good running back that they really could depend on, and they put this offense together thinking that this is what their strength is. Let's maximize it.
Colgate 2 turnovers so far, and for Cornell none. Here's Carroll gunning it. It's complete. Oh, incomplete is Moresco. Well, let's see, is it going to be complete? It is. The defensive back there was saying no. He trapped it. And it is going to hold for the catch. So J.B. Moresco right along the ground, able to grab that one and hold on.
Well, as we take another look, Roger, it looked like he definitely had it, but it almost popped out. But he didn't have it kind of trapped between his hands and his legs. He was able to secure it before coming to the ground.
Brandon Pinson made the stop, but he was waving no catch. Got to say that the ball did pop loose there before he had control.
That's standard operating procedure for defensive backs. Anytime the ball's low, you're waving.
Especially if they catch it against you, right?
Right.
1st and 10 for Cornell. Football at their 45. Here's Carroll over the middle. And intercepted. Taken away by Jamal Patterson. Here's Patterson back to the 50. Still on his feet. Twisting, turning into Cornell territory. And finally stopped short of the 40-yard line. Jamal Patterson intercepting the Scott Carroll pass down the middle.
Well, that's Jamal's job, is to drop, if they're playing a cover 2, drop deep into the middle and just read the quarterback's throw And he does just that, steps in, looks like he's the receiver, and then does a nice job running after the catch, because you got a lot of offensive guys, you know, trying to chase him down that aren't used to making tackles, and he's got his buddies working for him and gets all he can out of that, giving Colgate some good field position.
Football at the 43, the give inside. Not much running room at all on that play as the fullback gets the carry on the play for Colgate, Damon Smith.
Well, Cornell seems to really have the middle stuffed up. They're really limiting Damon Smith, who last week had 118 yards. But they still haven't contained Ed Weiss.
You see that linebacker for the Big Red, number 49, John Hansen. Here's the give to Weiss. Weiss is clobbered as he tried to cut back near center, and waiting for him was the man we talked about, John Hansen, one-on-one, and he won the battle.
Well, I think he might be in man-to-man coverage on him this week. He's a tough, hard-nosed player, made a lot of tackles over his last 2 years as a starter. Was the second leading tackler last week. As we take another look at it, yep, he's just flowing, running with the blockers, and just sitting there waiting for Red Weiss to kind of cut into his hole.
7-3 Cornell leading, 3.5 to go, first quarter. John Hansen, 240-pounder. Here's Venna. Venna has the time, steps up, now under pressure. Rolling out of the pocket, scrambling, and he will be far short of where he had to get to for the first down. He had to get to the 33 and does not get to the 35 before he's nailed. But some good heads-up play by Venna. He had lots of time, but the secondary putting excellent coverage on his receivers, and so he was forced to tuck it in, try to get what he could.
Well, better to make the decision to tuck it and run than throw a bad ball into coverage, and he did that time. Thought they might be in a position where they might go for it on fourth, being across Cornell's 40, and have opted for the punt.
Kutschke standing back at midfield. He gets a kick away, tries to hang it. In deep safety is Chris Allen. Allen going to the far sideline, and it looked like he tried to hop out of the way of it, and it hit him, but apparently hit him out of bounds. That almost was a costly play for Cornell.
Yeah, he's very lucky that the ball bounced out of bounds. Looked like he was indecisive about whether or not to field that ball. Decided at the last second on the run to catch it, and luckily it went out of bounds there, Roger.
We'll be back with more of our first quarter coming up. You're watching the Empire Sports Network.
Telegraphing the pass all the way in, looking for bats running the outcut. And Leroy Robinson, who's basically an all-star in this league.
Danny Clark, the sophomore, with the sack. It's something that Illinois has been able to do. They gave Ryan Leaf problems early in the first half last week.
Well, it's really a coverage sack. You'll see.
Cornell University, creating the future.
Conchitoro. Taste says it all.
Connect to Empire Sports Network online at www.empiresports.com.
Offside.
7-3 Cornell leading here in the first quarter. Two twin brothers, the DePaulos for the Big Red. Bookends on the offensive line. They're going to be under a lot of pressure. Colgate loves to blitz. They're going to be out on an island by themselves on the right and left tackle, and so far Matthew and Christian have been doing a good job protecting their quarterbacks. Back to you, Roger.
Well, Jim, as the Colgate, I should say, Big Red came to the line of scrimmage.
Still first down.
The defense jumped, 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 1st and 5 for Cornell.
Yeah, Mike Burton, defensive tackle, into the lineup, a little anxious to get going. Jumped on the shift. Sets up a 1st and 5 for Cornell.
So the Big Red with their offensive unit in there. 2:45 to go in our first quarter. And a 7-0 Cornell lead. Mike Hood, the quarterback. He and Carroll alternating. Long snap count. Kiesendahl shifting to the left side. High snap. Toss near side. That's complete. As a pass to Tom Galeazzi, and Galeazzi is nailed at the 20-yard line.
It appeared Mike Hood, audibilizing at the line of scrimmage, saw something that he liked. So we take another look at it. A little high on the snap there, just a quick drop, and throws the out to Galeazzi. And he tried to slip underneath the tackler, but wasn't able to do it.
2nd and 3 from the Cornell 21. Here's Hood. He has the time, steps up, fires it downfield, and a penalty flag thrown, trying to find his receiver, J.B. Moresco, but he was guarded very closely by John Constantino, and the flag was thrown.
Maybe a little too closely.
Flag thrown right at the 45-yard line.
Defensive pass interference. 15 yards from the previous spot and a first down.
So the penalty against the defense of Colgate.
Let's see if we can catch the contact here. Oh yeah, they're bumping along pretty well together. Dominic Zano, well, trying to argue that he had his position inside, but that left arm was sticking out, holding back J.B. Moresco. So obvious, good call by the official.
So 1st and 10 now for Cornell at the 35. Colgate showing blitz. Here they come. 2 blitzers. The pass dumped off to Terry Smith. Smith picks up a yard, maybe yard and a half before he's hauled down.
Well, nice job by Teddy Hutchinson. If he doesn't make that tackle, there's a lot of room to run there. So secure, heads up tackling. Nice job by Teddy Hutchinson limiting the gain there.
So 2nd and long for the Big Red. Triple receivers wide to the right. No running backs as twin receiver who's stacked on the near side of the football field. Here's the snap. Hood wants to put it up, obviously, and the pass is complete. Called in by Pat Dutton. He's got the first down right at the 50-yard line. So Dutton on the receiving end of the pass from Hood, and 1st and 10 for Cornell.
Roger, that play, 5 receivers out in the formation. And really with a quarterback like Mike Hood, they only had a 3-man rush because one of the defensive linemen had to kind of squat and play Mike Hood for the run because he's been known to do that. So really sets up and opens things up for the Cornell offense when they do that.
Moresco wide to the right. Wide left is Pat Dutton. Krosick in the slot. Hood swings it, and excellent coverage again as he tried to get it back to Krosick, and in on the coverage for Colgate was Jamal Patterson, who was right there to knock it away.
Yeah, he gave him a cushion, but did a nice job of breaking on the ball. That's a pretty long throw across the field. It gives him time to come over and break up the play, which he did nicely.
2nd and 10 for Cornell. Down to 46 seconds to go in our opening quarter. Homecoming weekend here at Cornell University. Nice crowd on hand. Just over midfield, Cornell with possession. Here's Hood, forced out of the pocket. Hood tucks it into the 40. He's got a first down, sliding to the 35. How about the play from Hood as he had his receivers covered, and finally making the hit was Teddy Hutchinson, but not before Cornell has another first down.
Well, I talked about it on the previous play that he's a threat. And they didn't really defend at that time. They brought some people, brought the safety, but he makes a nice job finding the opening. And the receivers know when the reaction of the defenders, when they leave them, that it's a run, and they go and scramble to get some blocks.
So 1st and 10 for Cornell. Dick Biddle along the sideline for Colgate. 37-yard line of Colgate. Here's Hood. Over the middle. It's complete. Called in by Justin Bush. Spot the ball inside the 35-yard line. Interesting, too, Adam, with the one back or no back offense, they can use those receivers a lot of times almost as running plays. They can pick up 4 or 5 yards, but not necessarily go deep all the time.
Oh, sure.
Here's Mike Adamley.
All right, Rich and Rod, Missouri hasn't won against a ranked team for 17 straight times since 1981, but against Ohio State, they've just tied the game at 7. That was Corby Jones on a 7-yard touchdown run.
A couple of old Pac-10 coaches meeting in that one. They used to meet down in Arizona, Mr. Cooper and Mr. Smith.
They're taking their show on the road to the Midwest. How good is Ohio State?
How good is Illinois' defense? Because they're playing very well right now. In motion goes Berger. Banks. First down. He's out to the 37-yard line. Tavian Banks, the senior, his numbers are just eye-popping. And early on, he has been incredible. There's Banks out of Bettendorf, Iowa.
Yeah, you see that 195 pounds. He goes at about 205 and runs about a 4.340. Legitimately has been timed under 4.3. When he makes up his mind to go, he gets there in a hurry.
Yeah, usually he gets there early in a football game. He's had some huge runs in the early stages of each of the three games that the Hawkeyes have played. The corner's coming up. Sherman to the air. Big collision at midfield, and down goes Chris Knipper.
Oh, there's a magazine that blows.
Hit in the backfield. Asim Plez, the sophomore out of Youngstown, Ohio.
Well, Sean Salisbury told you at the top of the show, the Illini are not afraid of this team in Iowa. They've come out hitting very hard, and you'll see another shot right there. Plez Atkins coming up with a big, Asim Plez coming in with a big hit at the end, separating Knipper from the ball. He was sitting back in that two-deep coverage, looking for anything coming his way.
Plez at 182, Knipper at 265.
Yeah, but you remember physics.
Yeah. Banks over the right side. And he's wrapped up again.
High-intensity car light and emergency flasher is a free bonus. Call this toll-free number now and get into Automobile Magazine today.
Jim Maroney back at Sholkoff Field, 7-3. Cornell leads Colgate. We're at homecoming here at Cornell, and with Susan Murphy, the Vice President for Academic Affairs. Gender equity, a very important thing here on East Hill.
Yes, it is. It's something that we're working very hard to make sure that we fulfill, and we're proud of the progress we've made to date.
Tell us about some of the other student services offered here at Cornell, Susan.
Well, we have a very comprehensive program, a full range of fraternities and sororities, 400 clubs and activities, a great residential education program in the residence halls, health services, volunteer programs, great public service center.
Tell us why someone would want to come to the East Hill, Susan.
Well, I think you come to Cornell because you want a world-class education, you want to be in one of the most beautiful parts of upstate New York, and you want to be a part of an international community that's here in central New York.
Susan Murphy, thank you for your time. Back to Roger.
All right, Jim, thank you. It's third down. Long here for the Cornell Big Red as the drive started back on their own 14-yard line. Here's the give to Terry Smith. Smith nailed right at the 30. So he gets a yard, maybe two, and that's it. Well short of where they had to get to for the first down. They're going to mark the ball just shy of the 30-yard line.
Some nice hustle from the backside by Matt Demjanczyk. Just hustling, chasing the play down from the backside. Made a nice hit on Terry Smith when he hesitated trying to find the hole.
Fourth down play, and the Big Red are going to go for it as they feel they're out of field goal range. So with the nose of the ball just shy of the 30, they will now have two backs there. 4th and 3. Mike Hood barking signals. He's going to put it up, and it's incomplete. His pass intended for Ian Wilson, but incomplete. And the Red Raiders hold their defense doing the job, and Ryan Bennett will come back on as Colgate will turn the football over on down.
Well, a nice drive by Cornell, but disappointing when you can't convert that somehow into some points. Colgate able to step up and make the defensive plays and turn over on downs. So they're starting off at the 30.
Then his give to Weiss. Weiss picks up 5 as he's nailed by Hansen. Second down. 5 to go for the first down here. And again, that hurry-up offense employed by the Red Raiders.
Well, you know, you notice the big plays that this guy can make, but it's these 5- and 6-yard gains that really help your offense set up second and short, you know, 2nd and 5 like we have here. That's really the difference between the Colgate team the first week when they couldn't beat Richmond, and last week when they were able to beat Fordham.
This time they try a dive off right guard, and there's no running room as the defense for the Big Reds stacks things up very quickly. So nowhere to go for the fullback for Colgate. Damon Smith.
Here's George Alvarez in on the tackle there. He's a senior, was a strong, tough, hard-working guy. He was kind of in the running to get the starting job, and had a good practices before the season started, and won the starting job out there as a third linebacker.
Colgate is yet to convert on third down. Can they here? Bennett can't. Running the option, trying to cut it upfield. And again, the Cornell defense holding. There's Hansen getting up off the bottom of the pile. It's going to be fourth down and short by 3. So the punting unit coming on for Colgate. Well, what a job Hansen's done here in the first quarter plus.
Well, Hansen, I'm sure he's pretty fired up because Dave Ahaus was the leading tackler last week. So but the nice thing he did there is he kept his gap responsibility. Eventually, he knew if the guys on the front side do their job, it's going to force the runner right back into him.
Kutschke for Colgate kicks it away from the 25. Takes a bounce and grabbed by Cornell's Chris Allen. Allen brings it ahead over the 25. It'll be 1st and 10 as play will resume here in just a moment with a break in the action. The score is 7-3 Cornell early second quarter. We'll be back in just a moment.
Here the Big Ten.
Thanks, Mike. 16-yard pickup by Robert Holcomb, and Illinois out to midfield. Holcomb, Ron Turner said, may get the football 50 times today.
Well, that wouldn't be any surprise. He carried the ball 49 times in a ball game a couple years ago. He's that kind of back. He's a heavyweight, strong guy who can take the punishment all game long, averaging 4.5 yards a carry. And he's right. When the passing game isn't there, give the ball to Robert Holcomb.
And the passing game has not been there this year for the Illini. They really have struggled.
Indiana.
San Francisco.
I'm from Dublin, Ireland.
Athens, Greece.
Singapore.
Hong Kong. I'm from Chicago. I'm from India.
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
I'm from Anchorage.
Cornell University, creating the future. Hear what the fans have to say on Fan Forum with Bob Kaczynski, veteran broadcaster Art Wander, and Buffalo News sports columnist Vic Carucci on Fan Forum, live from Rich Stadium Mondays at 5:30 on Empire Sports.
Here's Carroll's pass complete to Kiesendahl, and Kiesendahl bumped out of bounds at the 44 on the previous play. It was Carroll firing a completion to Moresco, good enough for a first down. So the Cornell Big Red on the move, a pickup of 5 on that one.
We take another look at it, Roger. Nothing fancy. They just got all the guys out wide, including Kiesendahl. Just a quick route, quick hook, and then it's just a matter of getting upfield and getting as much yardage as you can after the catch. They've gone to the no huddle, so they're changing the pace of the game here a little bit.
And the no back offense. Pressure coming, and it's overthrown. Pressure coming from Colgate's Blair Hicks, who got a shoulder on the quarterback just as Carroll was able to unleash it downfield.
Yeah, some nice pressure there. That's going to really help. Oh, nice hit there, and that makes the quarterback think whether he wants to be standing back in, back in the pocket. You want to get those guys thinking, lose their concentration a little bit, knowing you're breathing down their neck, even if you don't get there for the sack.
Or from that back side too. That's painful. All right, 3rd and 4. Colgate showing blitz. Here they come. They've got the stun on. It's picked up. And the pass complete to Krozik, and Krozik has a first down along the far sideline. They're going to spot it at the 48. Let's see where they're going to put it.
Well, Jamal Patterson with a very aggressive tackle might have kept that from coming up with a first down there. Looks like we got a 4th and a foot or 2.
Very close. They dropped the chain. Looked like he'd gone past it, but did not. So 4th, and they're going to have to kick it away. So the Big Red looking to boot it downfield, and Charles Watson will come in to do the kicking. They're near midfield.
He's done a nice job of punting this year, having about a 42-yard average, Roger.
They're close enough, you wonder if they may not try the fake here. They will not. They'll kick it away. There's a boot coming down to the 10. Called in by Jesse Boy. It's away from one would-be tackler. Still scrambling, and finally, on special teams coverage, man who's been everywhere so far, John Hansen, as he nails him. The kick was a 41-yarder, and it'll be Colgate taking over.
Yeah, John Hansen also doing the long snapping duties on punt. Nice to have your leading tackler running down the field. Let's take another look at this, Roger. It looked like he might have had enough yardage for the first down. It looks like they stole at least a foot from him on the spot there. which would have been a lot closer than the actual spot.
Colgate now working the offense. The fake to Weiss. Penna wants to go deep. He's under pressure. Fires it downfield. It's complete. The football knocked loose, and Cornell has it. It was complete to R.J. Gregory, and at the 20-yard line, the fumble, and the Big Red coming up with it and pouncing on the football for Cornell, Joe Norris.
Ryan Vanna really making a nice play to even get that ball off. Looked like they were going to turn what looked like it could have been a horrible play into an excellent play. You look at him there. He needs a little help there, but he just sidesteps the rush. Knows he's going to get hit, but gets a nice pass off. But then downfield, Cornell doing a nice job of, once the reception's made, if you got a couple guys in there, try to strip the ball, and they did.
Football just outside the 20-yard line. Here's Hood. He's under pressure. Rolling. And now he's hemmed in and dragged down. Matt Dumyancik grabbed him by the jersey and just bulldogged him down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, doing a nice job of making a good tackle against a very elusive quarterback in Mike Hood. Dumyancik, like we talked earlier, has had some injury problems. He looks like he's plenty healthy today, making a lot of plays.
So it'll bring up a second down situation. 17 to go from the 27-yard line. Go back offense again. Cornell leading 7-3. Airborne, and it's complete, and flags thrown from 2 officials. It's complete down at the 15-yard line to Dutton. He was hit by 2 defenders, and immediately 2 flags came from the officials.
Well, I think Brandon Tinson, the cornerback, got in a little too early.
It's against the defense.
As we take another look at it, just a nice straight drop back. Mike Hood stepping into it, nice protection. So let's take a look at Brandon Tinson. Looks like, yep, puts his hand on the back and gets a little push before the ball's there.
So first down at the 15-yard line.
Looked like Colgate's defense was really rallying until that error there by Brandon Tinson. Kind of a critical error down here into the red zone.
9:39 to go. Second quarter of play. Mike Hood standing right on the 20 for Cornell. Pass to Moresco. And he's knocked out of bounds right on the 10-yard line.
But just like you said earlier, Roger, these quick passes really work as Cornell's running game, in place of Cornell's running game. It's just a quick 5-yard route. Get the guy out in the open field and see if he can make some yardage with it after the catch, of course, assuming that he makes the catch.
Hood 10 of 17 for 76 yards so far.
Well, he's been given some very good field position here. I know they dying to take advantage of it.
And he will take the snap directly under center, and movement on the left side of that line. Let's see if the defense was drawn off or not. This, I believe, Adam, the first time they've snapped the ball directly under center in this ballgame.
Yeah, they've only been down there once or twice under center.
We have a dead ball foul. We have a false start against the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot.
A little back above 5.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how they were going to call that. Jim Hofer can't be too happy about that. You got to execute it, especially down in here and scoring in the scoring zone. But he had guys shifting down into their stance at different times, and the officials deciding that was the offense's procedure.
So that cost them the 5 they picked up on the previous completion to Moresco. 2nd and 10. There's a give to Justin Bird. Bird tries to cut it back over left guard. Not much room at all as he was wrapped up immediately. And in on the hit was Neil Gomez. Also in there for Colgate. Stepping up, Jason Patterson.
It's just a quick handoff underneath. The defenders are rallying to the ball. Nothing complicated, but that's a pretty simple running play that you can run out of the shotgun formation.
Linebacker Jason Patterson. 3rd, pick up of a yard on the play, so 9 to go for the first down. Here's Hood. Swings it off to an open man on the left side of the field. Justin Bush. Bush heading down inside the 5 and bumped out at the 1-yard line. So the pass on the far side of the football field complete to Justin Bush. And it's enough for the first down, 1st and goal for Cornell.
What this is, Roger, is a nice play of adjusting to the blitz. Mike Hood sees it. As we see the defenders, they have to switch men. And this guy's coming all the way. There he is. Jamal Patterson's coming all the way from the middle of the field to try to cover him. And because he had a full head of steam up and was able to be juked, because trying to disguise the blitz put him in a bad defensive position.
So they say he stepped out at the 4. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4. Here's Hood. He's got the ball on his hip. There's a flag thrown for blocking out in front of him. And he's dragged down at the 2-yard line. But a penalty flag was thrown right near where he tried to cut upfield.
Well, it looked like the left side of the Colgate line was offsides.
And that's the case.
Basically gave Cornell a free play, but they weren't able to get it in. But they're going to get some yardage on the penalty. So no real loss there in making an attempt at it.
Second-year head coach Dick Bittle on the Colgate sideline.
Offside. On the defense, half the distance, we play 1st down.
Well, he's done a great job at turning this program around quickly. I think when he came in, they'd lost a string of maybe, I don't know, 12 or more games in a row. And he got the team going in the winning direction. Last year winning 6 straight games.
From the power eye, Hood falls, stumbles. I'm not sure if he tripped over his own lineman or not, but as he came out with the snap and started to run right, he lost his footing and goes down. And so there's a break for Colgate. That really is a free play for them that time.
Yeah, Neil Gomez, the nose tackle, shot through low, got underneath his blocker, and was able to, a good angle here. You see them charging down low. What that did is just pushed back the offensive line. And then, like you said, Roger, he just tripped over his right guard as Gomez pushed him back with a quick penetration.
That brings up a 2nd and goal. Now from the 6. There's a give to Kiesendall. Kiesendall into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornell. So Brad Kiesendall scores on the sweep left. And Cornell has scored for the 2nd time in the game.
As we take another look, the left side of the Cornell line, along with the fullback, they just collapse the left side. Kiesendall is able to run downhill on an outside play, which it's just incredible that he was able to get going downhill and hit the hole that quickly, and it was that wide open. A great job by the left side of the line, and also his fullback, Ryan Elliott.
John McCombs, the kicker, and the boot is up and good. So McCombs splits the uprights, and the score now 14-3 in favor of Cornell. We'll be back with more of the 2nd quarter coming up on the ECAC Game of the Week right here on the Empire Sports Network.
No matter how slippery it gets, you gotta stay in control. Now during the Chevy Big Value, Big Savings event, you can get 2.9 APR financing or cash back on a roomy Chevy Blazer. Blazer helps give you driver control on most any road surface, and that's a little security in an insecure world. There's great offers on other cars and trucks, too. There'll never be a better time to get a 97 Chevy than during the Chevy Big Value, Big Savings event.
Get 2.9 financing now at your local Chevrolet dealer.
Catch all the scores, highlights, and stories on the Empire Sports Report with Mike DeGeorge. Live weeknights at 10:30 on Empire Sports Network.
Rogers, as we take another look at this score, what we're going to see is a double team right here at the point of attack between the tackle and the tight end, and we've got 2 lead blockers. That's why he was able to get to the corner and around the corner so quickly. We'll just see the Kiesendall coming around and running downhill to the goal line. A lot of blockers out in front of him. Elliott blocking one and two guys, it looked like, out there, as Kiesendall takes it in for the score and gets all the glory, Roger.
How about Mike Hood in the background there? He had his hands up raised. He knew it was going to be a TD from the time he handed off.
Well, quarterbacks, they know when they call it, you know. They think every play is going to score.
Scoring drive for the Cornell Big Red. ending up with a touchdown. 6 plays, 20 yards, and took up 2:54 time off the clock. And again, with that turnover, the big play that enabled them to have excellent field position. And now Cornell will kick off. Getting set to do the kicking, Joe Zembeck. Deep safeties, Randall Joseph and Corey Hill. Here's the boot. And comes down the hill at the 10, 15, 20. Dangerous return man. Gets away from a crowd over the 40. Finally stopped shy of the 45-yard line, and you can see why he's one of the finest return people around the country. Corey Hill last year averaging 21.4 yards per kickoff return, and an excellent return that time to give Colgate some good field position.
As we take a look at it, it was actually a nice kick, even though it was only to the 10. Good hang time, but he steams it upfield. He's got his guys working for him, and then he's just bobbing and weaving a little bit to get all he can out of that return, and he's really given Colgate an opportunity with some good field position to narrow this margin.
We've got a penalty also called against Cornell on the play.
Dead ball foul, personal foul for a late hit against the kicking team. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Oh, a tough penalty there for Cornell to take.
Well, special teams penalties are real killers, more so than any other, area of the game, because they're such big impact plays anyway. You take a big return and then you add 15 yards onto it. That, it just can't happen.
Moves it all the way to the Cornell 43. Here's the fake to Weiss. The pass downfield and just out of the reach of R.J. Gregory down inside the 5-yard line.
Well, they hit that similar route earlier. There seems to be some openings down the middle there. I think Cornell maybe focusing a little bit too much on the run, opening up some opportunities. And R.J. Gregory, definitely he's the deep threat for Colgate. Just a couple feet too long on the throw by Ryan Vanna.
2nd and 10 for Colgate, trailing now 14-3. 7:27 to go. Second quarter action from the I formation. On the option right. Bennett trying to turn it up. Doesn't get much running room. Maybe picks up a couple on that right side. As the defense for Cornell again stringing it out, doing the job and not letting Benna get much running room whatsoever.
Well, he did a nice job of not making a bad decision. I don't know if he made a good decision to run, but once there was contact by the defender, he did a good job not to try to do a late pitch out. They had a couple of fumbles last week, and they were both on the option. So he did a nice job of just, once he decided, stay with your decision.
3rd and long now for Colgate. Football at the 41. Here's Benna over the middle. It's complete. Grabbed by Corey Hill. And all the way to the 20-yard line. Big play here, and they've got more than enough for the first down as the Red Raiders now move deep into Cornell territory.
Well, Ryan Vanna, they got to be excited about that play, because not only was it a nice, a well-designed play and well-executed, but we see Corey Hill here after the play. Makes a nice cut, finds the open spot. Looks like he's wrapped up, but he's going to keep working. Gets an extra yards out of that just on sheer effort alone.
Here's the give to Weiss. And Weiss runs into several Cornell tacklers as he's wrapped up a game maybe of 1 or 2. Not much room to maneuver as they cut right up the center of the line. Getting up off the bottom of the pile for Cornell, Jeff Eland, defensive end.
Yeah, Eland, one of the 2 returning defensive linemen, returning starter. They need him to step up and play well and make plays like he just did. They got a couple of guys without experience playing up there with him.
Eland, the senior, 6'3", 235. 2nd down now for Colgate. Hand off to Weiss. Outside, 15. Then bumped out of bounds at the 12-yard line. So Weiss trying to really turn it up. And he is shaken up as he went all the way out onto the track here at Chilkoff Field.
Well, we were talking before the game about how tough he is. He's not going to come out of the game unless he's just purely unable to play. We see a pretty good collision right there, but I think it's probably with the contact at the ground that hurt him more than anything, unless possibly the contact to the hip, maybe a possible hip pointer.
He's being checked out, and he's up and walking gingerly now back onto the field.
Well, he's a tough kid, and I know you know, he got his opportunity last week, and he doesn't want to give anybody else an opportunity to come into that backfield. So he'll be back as soon as he can, I'm sure.
He's going to head off. Brings up third, and just over a yard to go for the first down for Colgate. Football resting just shy of the 11. 5:40 to play. In our second quarter, Cornell leading at 14-3. Red Raiders on the attack with Ryan Benna, the quarterback, at the control. Kevin Bolus, the sophomore center, as they break huddle. Third down. And they give to Damon Smith, and he's got the first down, powering inside the 10. Damon Smith with some hard running, excellent blocking by the offensive line for the Colgate Red Raiders. Enough for the first down, the spot at the 8-yard line. So it'll be first and goal.
Well, Damon Smith really hasn't had a lot going for him today. They really, Cornell's really stuffed up the middle, but with a 2 tight end, a power formation, was able to get what he needed out of that. A little misdirection at the start, and it's just a matter of getting a little crack and then driving as much as you can to make sure you get across and get the first down, which he did.
Benna on the hand to Randall Joseph, but as Joseph tries to get outside, he's stacked up. They'll spot the football just inside the 5 at the 4. So Joseph in, replacing Weiss, who was shaken up.
Well, Randall Joseph has a lot of ability from what I heard from the Colgate staff, but just really not totally comfortable and confident with the schemes and the offense. So, but he did a nice job of getting a positive yardage there. Kind of looked like he's freelancing a little bit on the run.
Weiss saw enough of that in the sideline. He's back in there at the tailback spot. Second and goal. Benna runs the option, and it's Hanson wrapping him up as he cut off right tackle. So the quarterback with the option play, and the linebacker Hanson following him, and he's able to grab him and haul him down.
Well, it appeared Ryan Benna made a decision a little too early. Looks like it's pretty well defended. I guess it's just the fact that that John Hanson stepped up into the hole rather quickly. Maybe it looked open for a moment. It looked like the pitch was the best option on that play. John Hanson, when he can fill a hole that quickly, you force the quarterback to make bad decisions.
So third down and goal to go. From the 4-yard line. Fake to Weiss. Benna has it. Benna swings to the end zone. Touchdown. The touchdown scored by the Colgate Red Raiders. Corey Hill there. And the TD gets them on the board with a touchdown pass. And I think Benna may have also been able to run that football in. He had some room there.
Well, it looked like he had some room to run. He's going to do the fake to the right and then roll to his left. Not an easy thing to do. Looks like he's considering the run there, but brings the ball back up when he sees an open receiver. Looks like the coverage went with the roll and overran the receiver, creating a wide open Corey Hill.
So Corey Hill on the receiving end of the 4-yard pass. That makes it now a 14-9 score as the Red Raiders score their first touchdown of this football game.
I tell you what, Corey Hill deserved to score that touchdown because he set up this drive with a great kickoff return to give him some good field position, which with actually a penalty tacked onto that as well.
They're going to go for the 2 points. Here's Benna rolling right. Benna looking to drag it into the end zone. He gets in. Benna dancing and is able to get into the end zone, and that is a 2-point conversion. So the Colgate Red Raiders strike here with a touchdown and the 2 points. That cuts the Cornell lead to 14-11. Great play by Benna.
Well, this is a perfect call for Ryan Benna. Get him out into the open. He has the option to run or pass, and he's enough of an athlete that he's going to find a way to get in there. Extends the ball to make sure he gets it across the line for the score.
And there's Corey Hill, the man who caught the TD pass. 14-11 the score. Let's take it down to field level. Standing by, here's Jim Maroney. We'll be back with more coming up from Shulkoff here. You're watching the Empire Sports Network.
Steve Young for Power Bar. If you wanted to create a source of energy that was as healthy, nutritious, and low in fat as this Power Bar energy bar, here's what you'd have to do. Start with real fruit and other natural sweeteners. Add grains for complex carbs. Put in a whole bunch of important vitamins and minerals and top it off with a splash of protein. Then you have the energy top athletes and active people rely on to perform at their best. Personally, I think you'd be better off buying a power bar.
You the new intern?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Kind of a cost analysis. I think we're spending too much on office supplies, and I found a way to save us a lot of money.
Uh-huh. You know what? There's another project I need you for.
Okay.
This is going to save us a lot of money. Good thinking.
Thanks.
I'm almost done.
Oh, I see you've met my daughter.
Save money at Staples. Get the guaranteed low price on over 6,000 office supplies. Staples. Yeah, we've got that.
And let's take a look at that last play as the score now 14-11 in favor of Cornell.
Yeah, we just have a little misdirection. We got the tailback coming back here. He's going to fake and then roll out and find an open receiver in the end zone. We take a look. Just a quick roll out to the left after the fake. The defenders are flowing, and they overflow the coverage and leave Corey Hill wide open.
Let's take it down the field of an outstanding by. Here's Jim Maroney.
Roger, we told you about that wide receiver matchup, Eric Krozik and Corey Hill. Hill had been shut out until that last drive. Returned to kickoff, 32 yards, two receptions, and a touchdown on that drive, sparking the Red Raiders. Eric Krozik just 4 catches and 17 yards, basically meaningless yardage. Cornell has to bounce back after that late Colgate score. Roger?
Jim, right now 3:50 to go in our first half. And we have, Adam, seen a lot of action here, and the scoring drive, 9 plays, starting on the 43-yard drive, taking almost 4 minutes off the clock.
Well, it helps a lot when you only have to go 43 yards to get across the line, and set up once again by Corey Hill. But everybody on Colgate's offense really taking advantage of that and doing a nice job of executing. They didn't really have any blown assignments or bad plays in that drive.
Here's Kutchke. Kicks it back down to Maresco. Maresco to the 15, over the 20, and he's upended shy of the 25-yard line. We should point out also aided on that drive by the 15-yard penalty tacked on after the kickoff return.
Yeah, special teams penalties, you just have to avoid them at all costs. It drives coaches crazy because they're already, plays that are covering 30, 40 yards, and if you add another 10 or 15 with a penalty, it really puts your defense in a bad position.
Scott Carroll back in at quarterback. He and Mike Hood alternate. 14-11, Cornell leading. They take over. Just over the 20. Kiesendahl, own running back, make that Bird who's in there. Now the pass on the near sideline. A diving grab by Maresco. And it is complete right in front of the Cornell bench over the 30 at the 32-yard line.
As we look at this play, Scott Carroll made a bad read. He's got Kiesendahl open underneath because they had 2 receivers out to the offense's right, but only 1 defender. Whoever the defender took, he should have thrown the ball to the other guy. And that, in that case, was Kiesendahl.
And a penalty against the offense, costing Cornell 5. So a legal procedure called against Cornell. That'll cost them 5, and that'll back them up inside the 20 now to the 18-yard line. Carroll 7 of 10, 58 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That erases the Maresco catch on the penalty. Here's Carroll. Fires it off to Kiesendahl. Kiesendahl tackled right at the 15-yard line as Colgate had Blair Hicks there to make the one-on-one hit.
Yeah, it looked like they might be thinking about going to the sideline, stay to the shorter side of the field so the receivers can get out of bounds since we've only got a few minutes left in the half here.
3:06 to go in our second quarter. Cornell protecting a 14-11 lead. Triple wide receivers at the top of your screen for the Big Red. Here's Carroll. Steps up in the pocket, complete to Krozik. And Krozik gets it over the 25 to the 27-yard line before he's upended by Brandon Henson, who hit him at the shoe tops and sent him flying. But a nice grab by Krozik for the Big Red.
Well, if we look at the replay, Roger, you look at that green in the middle of the field there. They've really got the Colgate defense spread out, and just a ankle tackle, keeping it from being an even bigger game.
There was nobody within 6 or 8 yards of him.
That was pretty scary from that view. I'm glad the coaches probably didn't see that view.
3rd and 4 from the 28. Here's Carroll, blitz coming, has to hurry. It's complete on the left side. Justin Bush, and Bush all the way to midfield. So they beat the blitz. They just did so, but an excellent gainer to Bush. 1st and 10, Cornell.
Well, that's the chance you take with the blitz, Roger. If Cornell can execute on the blitz, they're big play opportunities. Scott Carroll does it on this play. You see he makes a quick read. He looks to his left and knows that he's got a receiver there. And then there's a lot of open field as the guys are trying to run after disguising the blitz and get to their coverage.
So 1st and 10 for Cornell. Football spotted shy of midfield at their 48. This time triple receivers to the right side, the bottom of your screen. Carroll steps up in the pocket and fires it complete to Krozik, and Krozik has another 1st down inside the 40-yard line. So Krozik coming up with the reception, and covering on him was Brandon Tinson, but Krozik, the veteran and co-captain, right there to make the grab.
Actually, Roger, a very risky pass. There's 2 guys in pretty close coverage there, but Krozik just using his athletic ability, making a nice catch there in traffic.
Those of the ball just inside the 40. 6 receptions now for Krozik. Here's Moresco, and Moresco knocked out of bounds at the 32. Moresco and Krozik forming a very potent 1-2 combination here from the wideout positions.
Well, Moresco there doing a very nice job, a very tight coverage, but what he did is he drove down the field and then came back to the ball, and that's where he got the separation. That's where he got open. So just doing a nice job of just fundamentals of being a receiver there.
2nd down. 4 to go for the 1st down from the 33. Big Red on the move. Carroll fires it downfield. Krozik's open. Touchdown. Krozik got in behind the defenders, and it's a touchdown for the Big Red.
Big drive responding to Colgate's last scoring drive. They come back with a drive of their own, scoring with 1:45 left in the half. Hard to figure how he could get that wide open. They only had a 4-man rush. Should have had 7 back there defending, but somehow able to get Eric Krozik behind the defenders. And Scott Carroll, nice pocket passer like we talked about before the game, was able to lay it in there with a nice pass for the score.
John McCombs will try the point after out of a J.B. Moresco hold. The kick is up and good. So Cornell able to score and now takes it 21-11 advantage, and we're seeing a seesaw game here. There's a shot of Krozik. Interesting. We're talking with Jim Maroney on the sideline about his performance to date with Krozik, and all of a sudden, big play now after big play for him.
Oh, Jim didn't jinx him, I guess, because he said he hadn't made a play worthwhile yet. Just a few dinks here and there. But this time, as we take a look at it, just going to be a straight drop back, and he's just going to lay it over the top of the coverage. As we take a look here. Okay, we're just going to see the straight drop back by Scott Carroll. Having a little trouble with my telestrator, but he's just going to drop straight back, and Krozik's going to get past the defender, and let's roll with it. Nice protection. Really only 3 men rushing because one of the rushers running a twist. Seemed like there was some miscommunication, but he gets over the top for the easy score. It makes it look easy anyway, Roger.
Boy, he was open, beating the secondary. And so the experience of Krozik getting him open, and now it's a 21-11 Cornell lead.
And they won't want me in the locker room at halftime because I'm having trouble drawing plays.
There'll be a little diagramming, I'm sure, going on both ways, trying to shut down these offenses.
I think it'll be especially important for Colgate because they've seen probably so many looks that they've never seen before, that now that they've had a chance to see them live, that they'll be able to possibly make some adjustments and do a little better against the passing game in the second half.
Joe Zombeck kicking it to deep safeties, Randall Joseph and Corey Hill. Here's the boot. Line drive type kick goes out of bounds at the 12-yard line. That was headed in the direction of Colgate's Randall Joseph, but out of bounds it goes.
No, it's hard to tell what he was trying to do there, whether he just tried too hard and overdid it, or if he was trying to drive the ball for a squib kick to kind of limit the return game.
Scoring drive for Cornell from their own 23. 6 plays, 77 yards.
Procedure for a kick out of bounds against the kicking team. They accept the option of placing the ball 30 yards from their previous spot. It's going to be a first down on the 35.
So 1st and 10 for Colgate. Krozik, the big play, 33-yard touchdown reception. And that's where it stands here with 1:45 to go in our first half.
It could have been also that he was trying to kick away from Corey Hill, who really burned him last time.
Absolutely. From the shotgun. Split backfield. Here's Benna. Benna fires it off the right side. That is complete to R.J. Gregory, the 6'4 junior. And Gregory up near midfield. Both these teams are blessed with tremendous wide receivers.
Yes, you're definitely right there, Roger. And I think what we're going to see is a lot of sideline routes. Cornell ought to be able to anticipate that a little bit as they're going to try to work the clock and get down here for a score. Probably not going to see too many throws over the middle unless there's something that busts just wide open for them.
Good enough for the first down. 1st and 10, Colgate near midfield. Here's Benna. Over the middle and in and out of the hands of Gregory. Gregory couldn't hold on as he was cutting across the middle at the 37-yard line, and that was right on the money.
Yeah, you really have to be mentally tough to run across the middle because you know you're going to get hit. But what the heck, you might as well catch it because you know either way you're going to get a lick put on you. I'm not saying that he's not tough, but it takes a tough-minded guy to get in there and get it done in traffic going over the middle.
Chris Allen on the hit. Maybe heard a couple of footsteps there from Allen. Couldn't hold on to it. So 2nd and 10 now for the Red Raiders. They've got Hill in the slot to the left. Here's Benna. He gives it off on the delay to Damon Smith, and Smith has the first down all the way inside the 30. Still on his feet. What a run by Smith, cutting inside the 25. The delay out of the shotgun, and Smith turns it into a huge gainer.
Well, actually, very well set up by Ryan Vena. He didn't go to the handoff too quick. He really was patient with it, set, and then hand it off. And look at that middle open up for Damon Smith. And he's got enough speed to burst up field, and then he's just working hard to get all he can. Oh, my gosh, he's taking a lot of players with him there. Had to gang tackle Damon Smith that time.
Colgate takes a timeout as well. Damon Smith, 6 carries, 41 yards. He's a 5th-year senior for the Colgate Red Raiders. Wanted to come back because of the success last year and the coaching of Dick Biddle. Dick Biddle has really put a lot of life into this program, and he's happy to get a chance to come back for his 5th year, and what a job he's doing. 5'8", 220, and the big gainer there.
Well, sorry, Roger.
Great crowd on hand here.
Well, Coach Biddle really emphasizing being positive. He came to a program that was having a really tough time, going through some tough year or two. And what he did is instilled a positive attitude. Even the first 4 games of the year last year when they were losing, he kept a positive attitude, and it's contagious for the players. When you don't have that, bad things always happen in a football game. So if you have a bad attitude, something bad happens, you go, here we go again. And but when you've got a good attitude, you know you can overcome it. And if you just keep working hard, good things will happen. And that's what Damon Smith has done today. First 4 carries of the game, he didn't do very much. And then he got a critical first down on their scoring drive and a short yardage situation, and then the big gain on the draw.
Here comes sophomore center Kevin Bullis. Set to snap it to Benna. First down for the Red Raiders. Benna over the middle, nobody there. Drops incomplete near the 10-yard line. Looked like he was trying to find Hill at the 15, but it was well overthrown from him, and he was in double coverage, so maybe just thrown away that time.
Well, it looked like, yeah, he was in tight coverage. Looked as though he wanted to go to his go-to guy and really didn't read the defense.
Benna 4 of 11 today, 1 touchdown, couple interceptions. Hill in the slot, left. Split left. It's R.J. Gregory. 2nd and 10, 24. There's a pitch ahead to Damon Smith, and Smith cuts up the middle to the 15-yard line. Smith again getting that little pitch from Benna and able to turn another big gainer for Colgate.
Yeah, that's what they call the shovel pass. You have to let the officials know before the game you've got that in your offense, because it just looks like a forward lateral, but it's actually a legal forward pass.
Here's Benna on third down. He's sacked by Sheeran as the pressure coming in from Cornell and grabbing him. Rich Sheeran, the defensive tackle, and that drops him for a loss back at the 19-yard line, and they stop the clock here as Colgate will take another timeout to stop the clock. Sheeran, just shy of 6 feet tall, and he is a co-captain, and what an effort he turns in and day out.
Well, he's a very thick and strong guy, not the kind of guy you would expect to be a good pass rusher, but he's got very good skills using his hands and separating himself from the blocker, and then also nice tackler and gets it done there.
Last year against Colgate, career high 11 tackles, 7 solo. We should talk also about the offensive lines as Jim Hopper on the sideline there. There's a lot of pressure on them when you run. Oh, for example, like Cornell, some no huddle, but oftentimes one back or no back offenses, because you know they're going to put the ball in the air and they've got a pass block the majority of the time.
Well, actually, Roger, energy-wise, it's tougher to rush upfield over and over again, so it's tougher on the defense. But what they really need out of the offense is to play smart, because as you see all these different formations, you're going to see lots of different defensive looks, and they have to know their responsibilities, communicate to each other on the line of scrimmage so that they can get the job done and give the quarterback some time to throw.
Time running out here in the first half, 49 seconds to go. It's 4th down now for Colgate. Colgate 1 timeout left. Cornell has not used any of theirs in this half. 4th and 5. Benna firing. Open man Gregory. Touchdown. Gregory has it for the TD on 4th down for Colgate.
Just a well set up play. Brian Benna, at first he looks to his right, which pulls the safety, Chris Allen, over to the left side of the field, which leaves the receiver wide open in the middle. R.J. Gregory wide open because the safety was pulled over by the quick look by the quarterback. Following the quarterback's eyes, he fooled him and pulled him out of position.
And the point after from Adam Federico is good. We've got ourselves some kind of football game here. 21-18 now as Cornell has pulled their lead to within 3 of the Colgate Red Raiders. So Cornell on top, but Colgate right back in the picture again.
Well, I think Colgate, the first couple drives, kind of trying to find their game and what was going to work for them today. But it looks like in these last 2 drives, they've found some answers.
Let's take a look at the replay now on that scoring drive of the play here for Benna.
As we see him drop back, he looks to his left, but then, well, actually to his right, if we can roll it. Quick head bob, he pulls the safety over, and that leaves R.J. Gregory wide open down in the seam there. So it looked like the cornerback was forcing, giving him the inside, forcing him to his safety where he thought he was going to have help, but it just wasn't there for him.
So we're down to 43 seconds in the first half. And Colgate trails by 3. Scoring drive starting on their own 35. 7 plays, 65 yards, takes a minute 2 seconds. Gregory on the receiving end of the Benna, 19-yard TD. Smith with a 28-yard run. Big play in that drive.
Well, that's an impressive 2-minute drill by Colgate, because when you think of Colgate, at least so far this year, you think of them as a running team, and to open it up and get their passing game going and march down the field, it was quite impressive.
Maresco and Bush back at deep safety for Cornell. And Eric Kutschke will kick it off for the Colgate Red Raiders. Here's the boot by Kutschke. Maresco into 6. Maresco 15, 20, 25, 27-yard line before he is hauled down. So Maresco gives Cornell a pretty good field position, and we'll see what they can do here with 36 seconds to go in our first half of play.
Well, we definitely know that they're used to being in wide open formations. It looks like we've got somebody down.
Maresco favoring, looks like a left ankle. Well, he's had a tremendous first half here as a wideout along with Krozik. Just as we expected. Battle back and forth, seesaw here both ways.
trying to tell what they're working on here. Obviously, his left leg, but whether it's a calf or ankle or knee, I can't quite tell.
You're watching the ECAC game of the week here from Shokoff Field in Ithaca. On a perfect day for football, Moresco's up and walking off under his own power. You talk about a picture-perfect setting for football. Ithaca and the Cornell campus is just gorgeous.
Well, I don't know if it's always like this, but I tell you what, the flags are hanging down. It's a perfect day for a wide-open passing game.
Moresco, as he heads off the field, is from Ithaca. Played his high school football here. So he's all set. As he's off on the sideline, here goes Cornell to work. Kiesedahl gets the give. Carries it over to 30. In a quarterback here in the final series of the half, Mike Hood. They're going to run some time off the clock here. Looks like they will be content, maybe, to run it down. We have the official stopping play here, an official timeout, as we have a Colgate player shaken up at the 30-yard line. The officials stop play with 24 seconds to go in the first half. So now, Adam, if you're coaching here, are you going to play it conservatively and just try to run out the clock? Or are you going to maybe get it down to time enough for, say, a single play left and then go for broke, looking for Krozik, perhaps?
Well, maybe there's a reason I'm up here and not coaching. So I think last time you asked me a question like that, I was way off. But going from the first play, I think they're probably going to try to just play it safe and get their guys in and make some changes here in the second half. But then again, I was wrong last time, so maybe they'll open it up, see if they can catch one big gain and get themselves into field goal position.
Colgate's injured player is Blair Hicks, and he is limping off, getting some help from the training staff. Hicks, fifth-year senior, All-Patriot League last year. So if that is anything serious, that is a big loss for Colgate. He's a tremendous football player from Philadelphia.
I'm sure they'd rather have him in there to put pressure on Mike Hood if they do go to the passing game on second down here.
So he heads off the football field. We've had Moresco shaken up for Cornell on that return on the kickoff, and then the injury here to the defensive lineman Blair Hicks stopping play. I think Cornell, at least with that give to Kiesedahl, looked like they just wanted to kill the clock, and it stopped. Now they're going to start the clock again. Time winding down, and that is going to end the first half here as time now officially runs out on the field. And so the score at halftime stays at 21-18 in favor of the Cornell Big Red. And Adam, we have seen an exciting first half. Lots of
football.